Chapter 1 of The Spanish Cavalier by Charlotte Maria Tecker. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by EstherbenSimonides. Chapter 1 The Counting House. "He has not made his appearance in the office to-day!" exclaimed Mr. Passmore, the working partner in an ironware manufactory in Seville. "If this Señor Don Alcala de Aguilera think it beneath his dignity to keep faith with his employer, and stick to his business, I'll find some one else who will. The high and mighty caballero may soak his cigar, or take a siesta like the rest of his lazy nation. I'll not disturb him, though his nap should last till the Moors come again." Mr. Passmore rubbed his heated face with his spotted handkerchief as he concluded his speech, for the fiery sun of Andalusia had not yet sunk, and the small office room attached to his manufactory glowed like one of his own furnaces. "De Aguilera may have been kept away by illness, sir," suggested Lucius Lepine, a young English clerk in the employ of the manufacturer. "He appeared to be far from well yesterday, when translating the letters from Madrid." "And a pretty hash he made of the business!" exclaimed Mr. Passmore in a tone of irritation, yet unable to refrain from laughing. "The Don's thoughts must have been wandering to the Plaza de Toros, or he would hardly have made out that Tasco and Co. sent our firm an order for 20 dozen bulls instead of knife blades." "De Aguilera is not wont to make such blunders," said Lucius, who had sympathy for his fellow clerk, partly arising from a belief that their circumstances were somewhat the same, that the proud Spaniard had been, like himself, driven by necessity to work under one who, by birth and education, belonged to a sphere much lower than their own. "I thought," continued Lepine, "that De Aguilera looked very ill." "Ill! Yes, he always looks ill, as if he fed, or rather starved, on chestnuts and raisins," interrupted Mr. Passmore, "and had never tasted a slice of good roast beef in the course of his life. I guess there's many a one of the whining beggars that beset one in the Calle de los Sierpes that fares better than the Caballero Don Aguilera. And yet, forsooth, the señor must keep his horse, a lean one to be sure, and carry himself with a lofty air, as if he were, at the least, Secretary of State to Queen Isabella. I do believe that his worthiness never made his appearance to-day because I offended his dignity yesterday by calling him simply Aguilera, without all the fine additions to a name already too long, which Spaniards wear as their mules do tassels and fringes. I suppose to make one forget the length of their ears." Mr. Passmore rubbed his hands in evident enjoyment of his own joke, and laughed in his peculiar explosive laugh, which reminded his hearers of the snort of a hippopotamus rapidly repeated. Lucius was not inclined to appreciate or join in his mirth. "By the by, Lepine," said the manufacturer abruptly, "would you like to go to the bull fight to morrow? For if so, I'll treat you to a seat, for I'm going myself. As these affairs always come off on a Sunday, there will be no business time lost." Had the offer been an acceptable one, the coarse air of patronage with which it was made would have prevented the young Englishman from feeling grateful for an invitation so proffered. But Lepine's views of keeping the day of rest were by no means in harmony with the sickening horrors of the Plaza de Toros, and he rather coldly replied, "I thank you, but I—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?